Oh, shipmates! Just going to turn the radio off. For the reason the radio's had a few problems with the radio today. And there's a Britannia. Britannia's not going anywhere just yet. And the Ventura is now flipped her lines and is slowly departing from the port of Southampton. 15 minutes later than planned. Wow, in 15 minutes' time, we had the Anthem of the Seas departing from the other end of the port, and then just to our left, you can see the bow of the Britannia departing at 6. So we're packing them in this evening, 3 in the space of 45 minutes, assuming they leave on time. No passengers on the Ventura just as yet, crew only. Enjoying all the spacious cabins that the passengers normally have. Just looking on the Ferrycam chat just a minute ago, and someone said that if we have a quick look down here over to the Isle of Wight, that there was a thunder and lightning on the ride camera, and it does look very reduced visibility over that way, so we'll keep an eye on that. We might get some live thunder and lightning. That would be good. Oh, look, there goes a few crew popping out to the balconies. Conditions in port today are much cooler. Oh, ahoy, shipmate Francis M. Many thanks for your kind donation. Donations are greatly received and will go towards new equipment, new camera locations, the odd bottle of rum, and the odd treat for Rusty. It's looks like their own personal cruise ship, doesn't it? Just 2, oh no, 3 people. 3 people in the balconies. Looks to me like Ventura is going to come towards us and then turn around, which is always very nice. Sometimes they reverse around the corner. If I go back to the other camera, you'll see. Sometimes they reverse around the dock head. We don't really see them and then they disappear, which I think is very unsporting of them. But it looks like Ventura's coming towards us. She'll give us a nice pirouette right in front, and then she'll scoot off down Southampton water. As I was saying, it's been thankfully much cooler a couple of days since last week. Last week was very hot, especially in my little cabin here. The old computer when I do a live stream was puffing away like an asthmatic hairdryer, but it wasn't helpful in a hot cabin. It had much cooler today, much nicer. And my little dog Rusty is much relieved for the coolness. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Andy Bailey. Welcome aboard. Oh, it looks like the movement of the ship's woken up a few shipmates and they're popping out to their balconies. Little meerkats. Have a quick look around. I'm not sure I've live streamed Ventura before. I don't think I have. Definitely drone Ventura. She'll be off to somewhere along the south coast to drop anchor, probably down in Torquay Way, Babcock Bay or something. And she'll be dropping her anchor. As you can see, her anchor's there. A bit rusty. All the use. Don't normally get as much use, these anchors, but it's peculiar times. I'm not sure when the first sailing on Ventura is. I've lost my list. Soon, I would imagine. Ahoy there, Anne Savage. And ahoy there, Barbara Schwentz. And ahoy there, Gemma Harris. And ahoy there, Francis N. Oh yeah, many thanks for your donation, yes. Very good of you, indeed. Ahoy there, Steph P. Sandra Woodcock. And Annette Ostrowska. From a cloudy Worcestershire. Yeah, it's pretty cloudy everywhere, I think, at the moment. Oh, I'm curious, though, if we're going to get more thunder and lightning. Had an excellent couple of lightning strikes caught on the ferry cam the other day. I think that's only the second time I've caught lightning on the cameras. It's very handy to have them running all the time. You do catch all sorts of interesting goings on. We had a James Bond submarine the other day in the ferry terminal car park. You can just about see some of the crew members there on the wing bridges. And there's one of the red jets going past. Oh, there will be film. Oh, from the Isle of Man. Very glamorous location indeed. Ahoy there, Sue Hawks, and ahoy there, Adrian Pittman. Ahoy there, Lynn Beaton, says she loves the commentary and looks forward to watching this. Good, good. I hope I don't disappoint. Looks like rain is potentially coming up Southampton water. I'll have a quick check on the forecast. I'll quickly look on some sort of weather radar. I think... yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, it looks like we'll be okay. Good. But it is in the area. So as the cruising season is slowly releasing from the pandemic, we are seeing an increasing number of cruise ships in the port here. Expect to see some evenings where we might get 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 departures. I'm not sure we'll see the numbers that we see in a conventional year, because just as the cruising is picking up, of course it's starting to reach the slower season, in the sort of September, October time. But I'm sure we'll see quite a few. Good little size comparison here. We've got what is quite a large pleasure yacht. I imagine that's somewhere in the region of probably a 35-footer, 40-footer. And completely dwarfed by Ventura. One day I must print a list off of the ships in more of an alphabetical date order to work out quite where they all come. Ventura, maiden voyage, was 2008 in April, so she is one of the older ones in the Carnival P&O line. I'm not sure she's the oldest. Launched, christened rather, by Dame Helen Mirren, no less. Normally capacity for about 3,500 passengers, but alas, this evening, no passengers at all, just crew. And ahoy there, the M from Cardiff. And ahoy there, Tim Maynard. And, oh, missed it. And ahoy there, Dave Worrell. Colby asks, is the ship a bit of a skew? Well, that's a very good question. I don't think so, but she could be. I think the camera isn't perfectly mounted, if I'm strictly honest, and it does make things look a little lopsided. This will probably give you a good indication here. The plimsoll line around the bottom of the ship there, the red, and the anti-foul should be more or less equal around. Actually, no, it does look a bit skewed, doesn't it? No, I think my camera might not be helping, but I think the ship looks a bit wonky. I would definitely say a bit heavier on the port side. Yep, no, so I think my camera was probably making the effect worse. Good view of the silhouettes there on the wing bridges rather. Let's see if I can give you a little zoom in. I've been promised a trip to a bridge on a ship, so I'm just, now that things are easing up, I'm hoping to get on board. There we go, let's have a quick look here and see the officers making sure they don't crash into anything while turning around. But yes, I'd say you were right, shipmate. Oh, definitely looks like a bit of a lean, a bit of a list to port. Ahoy there, Cassie Dabbs, and due on Ventura in December for your first cruise. Oh, excellent. So whereabouts is that going then, Cassie? Is that off to somewhere glamorous, like Torquay or Liverpool? Oh, well then, news girl. You should have been back in Port on Ventura this morning. Oh dear, after a Baltic cruise. And there's a lot of people with sad stories like that, unfortunately, at the moment. Oh, updates from Sue Gibson on the Isle of Wight. Heavy rain, thunder and lightning. Wow. And hail. Did I read that right? Hail? Oh, where did it go? I missed the... it moved. I'm pretty sure it said thunder and lightning and hail. No. Yeah, yes, hail. Oh, interesting times. Have a quick... Oh, I can't see it coming this way just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Could add an interesting element to this evening's broadcasting. And Liz H says Ventura. It was on Ventura in Corsica. Yeah, fair enough. Can't go wrong with a Mediterranean trip. Oh, ahoy there, Sparky from a sunny Merseyside. Well, there's no need to show off there, is there? Some of us are in the clouds. It seems to be most of the south is experiencing clouds and rain. Ahoy there, Colin Large from Leicester. Colin and Catherine. And ahoy there, Terence Stab. Likes to see these videos. Well, good, I'm glad I'm providing some entertainment, shipmate. It certainly beats trying to get down to port to watch these ships in real life, but if you do get the opportunity, I'd certainly recommend it. There are a number of ship spotting locations around the port. Town Quay, which is just off to our right, would be a good location. You can get to the end of Town Quay and get a good view of the cruise ships. I think this looks like a message to me. Security warning, keep 50 metres away. When I fly my drone, I have to stay away. I have to keep 50 metres distance from a vehicle/vessel not under my control. I just feel like they're aiming that message directly at me when I fly my drone. See the bow thrusters here on the Ventura, giving all of the turning ability to the bow, and likewise at the stern. I'm not sure if Ventura has as if or drives, or she's a Shaft-driven type vessel. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. No, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Sneezing away. Ahoy there, Gerald Heath. Oh, and ahoy there, Mark the Shark from Miami, Florida. Fascinated by the fact we get so many overseas viewers. I can see a couple of shipmates there walking along the decks. Those vessels, those small lifeboats, some of those are lifeboats and some of those are lifeboat tenders. So the one that's sort of white on top looks a bit bigger, like a double-decker. That'll ferry you to and from the port if you're dropping anchor, say, in a lovely exotic Caribbean island and you need to get into port. They'll take you to and from port. And hopefully the other ones you never experience. Ahoy there, Sue Gibson. She's due on the Ventura on the 15th of October. Excellent. And ahoy there, Andy Bailey. Love the channel. On the Anthem of the Seas at the moment, awaiting to sail away. Good stuff. Good stuff, Andy. Well, perhaps you may consider giving us a quick wave. I'll have a quick look at the stern of Ventura just to make sure there's no dents. No dents on this one. Looks good. Registered in the port of Hamilton. I believe this is for marriage reasons, not necessarily for tax purposes. Oh, ahoy there, shipmates. Andrew Prentice, many thanks for your kind donation. Greatly appreciated. Oh, a little message. Oh, I missed the message. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, let me see if I can... Oh, here we go. No, I found it. Thank you for great footage. I used to visit Southampton regularly to watch the ships when I was younger and lived in Hampshire. Oh, excellent. So we can now give you the ship watching experience or ship spotting from the comfort of your own home or wherever it is you may live in the world. Ahoy there, TH. When is Anthem of the Seas going out? Anthem of the Seas is leaving in approximately now. For planned movement. I'll have a quick look on the... Might have to do a bit of... hang on, let's do this. Go over here, do that. Click. I think that'll be doing. That'll be there. So there's a big Anthem of the Seas going out. And then we've got Ventura of the Seas going out over there. So it is a little busy here in the port. Didn't hear any horns, although I do have my headphones on. I'm not sure I've got the right microphone. Right sound coming through. I did see the viewing capsule on top of the Anthem going up earlier. I think that would be great to have a little go on that. Ahoy there, Andy Turner. Welcome aboard, shipmate. And then we have Britannia leading at 6, so it's all go at the moment. There's a great lot of traffic here in the port of Southampton. See, we've even got some little tug traffic going as well. As Ventura starts to make her way, now she's finished turning, she'll straight up and off her way. I'm going to quick look at Ventura. Sorry, Anthem of the Seas. I don't know if we got passenger numbers of Anthem of the Seas, did we? Quick look. Didn't hear the radio. I've got the radio turned off, so I didn't notice. But I would think that looks like passengers to me on board Anthem. So it's a fair few number of passengers on there. And that's the little observation pod, the whatever it's called, the big shot or something. Just noticing actually that Anthem of the Seas has yellow lifeboats rather than the more typical orange. I know the Disney ship has yellow lifeboats. I haven't noticed it before. Oh, there's somebody waving. A couple of shipmates there. Oh, ahoy there, Big Daddy. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Glad you can make it. Of course, Anthem of the Seas. Considerably larger ship than Ventura. Well, ahoy there, shipmate. Matthias is in the garden. Many, many thanks for your kind donation. And then we've got a waver there. Not sure she's waving at the camera or just generally waving in good spirits. As I was saying, the Port of Southampton here has a variety of ships. We're getting all sorts of cruise ships, container ships, tugs, steam-powered ships. Awesome. Just noticing some very big sunflowers painted up on here on the Anthem of the Seas. An excellently large name, just to verify the ship we're talking about. Quick check on Ventura. No, I can't see Ventura. Ventura is behind Britannia at the moment. And Britannia will depart at 6. Now we should have a reasonable flow of entertainment this evening. Quite like it when they all come bunched up together like this. Yeah. Maximum capacity passenger on the Anthem of the Seas is 4,900. So it's quite a bit larger than the Ventura. It just looks a much girthier ship as well. "18 decks in total on the Anthem of the Seas, and 16 of which are passenger accessible. Let's all go with the tugs this evening. I think there must be a container ship going in a while. The cruise ships don't need tugs, even though it says tug on the cruise ship there. There's a location for the tugs to push if required. It's mainly down to the weather conditions. If the weather is quite windy, then the tugs will be needed. Otherwise, the cruise ships are very manoeuvrable. Where did I get to in the chat? Yeah, that looks looking quite a busy ship, the Anthem of the Seas. And the current weather, or current temperature, is 20°C. It's very comfortable. It's a little bit humid. Walking with a little dog Rusty earlier, certainly built up a little bit of a sweat, but much more pleasant than it has been. Oh, there's Sue Holliston. She loves Venturas and has some special memories. Our first ever cruise. It's something you can't get back, is it? Your first ever cruise. And always there's Susan Hunter from a sunny Merseyside. Definitely seems to be a bit sunnier further north. Question from shipmate Joanne Bell. Do I know if they wash the cruise ships? They don't wash them, as far as I know. They do repaint them. They have a little painting boat. They go around and touch up the paint on the side of the ship, and they lower down a couple of baskets for the crew to paint them. So they do a fair bit of maintenance, but I don't think they wash the ships. I was expecting the big shot thing to lift up, but there's nobody in it. No, look at that. Still no sign of Ventura yet. So that's can't be right, surely. No, she's going very slowly. I can't see Ventura. I'm just looking for Ventura over here on cruise cam when she passes Britannia. There's one of the fast red jets there. You'll see her just pop out from behind Britannia. And then Britannia's leaving at 6, so that's 15 minutes time. So frankly, it's all go this evening. Just notice what looks like a small van popping out the side of the Anthem of the Seas there. Not sure what that's about. Perhaps some sort of ice cream sales. Ahoy there, James Vend. Great viewing, very entertaining watching these wonderful ships. Good, glad we're all enjoying it. I have a number of newish, well I say newish, new to the channel is what I mean, new coming up shortly, so hopefully get some more drone live streams in. Of course, the live streams, we have the cameras here in the port. So if you are interested in keeping up to date, do think about subscribing, because you'll then get a notification for when I go live. And sometimes that can be at very short notice. Things have a habit of changing here in the port. At very short notice. sometimes I do a live stream from the drone at very short notice as well. Still waiting for Ventura to pop out from behind Britannia. At this rate, Anthem of the Seas will be giving her a push. There's Britannia's bow just to the left of our picture. Andy Bailey says that 1,100 people on the Anthem of the Sea and 1,400 crew. Sounds like a good ratio. Couldn't agree with you more. I would imagine you get really pampered. A lot more space on the ships at the moment. Extremely high crew to passenger ratio. If the weather cooperates, probably not too bad either. And we're just getting the Ventura now popping out from behind the Britannia. And here is an unknown, because I can't read the name. I'll wait till it comes a bit closer, or maybe I'll zoom in. A general cargo ship passing with the Anthem of the Seas. About the only thing we don't really get here in the port of Southampton is a lot of naval ships. We do get the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, like over in Marchwood. We do see some, but not a great deal. We get research ships, super yachts, tugs. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate. Traveller Fair. Welcome aboard. Certainly gives you an idea of scale difference, doesn't it, when you see the different ships next to each other. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate. Richie Blythe. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Visibility is not looking good. We've had a couple of weather reports from the Isle of Wight, which seems to suggest that there is rain, hail, thunder and lightning over on the island. And I would say there is definitely lack of visibility. You can just about see Cowshot Spit there, but the island is looking a bit ghostly. We get a good view of Britannia's lines here, so we can keep an eye on those and make sure we see when she's leaving. She'll due to leave at 6. That's 10 minutes time. I'll try putting the radio back on. See what happens on the radio. Sometimes you can hear if they've been delayed. And other times you just get lots of static. It almost looks like the Ventura... Oh, hang on. Sorry, wrong one. It almost looks like the Ventura's camouflaged here with a white hull and the very grey, flat-looking day. Almost camouflaged. You can see here Anthem of the Seas is reaching the dock head. And when she reaches the dock head, she's making smoke, picking up speed to somewhere in the 10 to 12 knot region. And then motoring down Southampton water. We get an excellent view of the bow of the Britannia here, so we can keep an eye on those lines and see when they get taken in. Look down here, so you can see we've got a really good view of those lines and the well there, the well deck. So there's no one there at the moment, so probably not quite ready to disappear just yet. There it goes, Anthem of the Seas, just off past the dockhead. Ahoy there, Linda West. And ahoy there, Craig Maelstrom. They had Anthem of the Seas in Greenock, Scotland yesterday. Ahoy there, shipmate BHP. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Hope you've got more than just one BHP. That's not a great deal of power. Still no movement on the lines on the Britannia. We'll just go back to the Ventura and see how far we can watch her as she gets near the... Oops, that's gone a bit fast. There we go. It's a little more sedate. Yeah, our visibility is not brilliant, but it's not terrible. I can't see any rain or lightning. That would be good though, wouldn't it? Oh, ahoy there, Roblox. And ahoy there, Nigel Warren. And ahoy, TH. Say hello to Tim. Hello, Tim. Ah, and ahoy there, Mutt Pad. He believes that sailings on Ventura are curtailed until October, commencing with the Canary Islands cruise on the 3rd. Ah, okay. Yeah, some of the ships seem to be quite delayed. It's quite tricky to find out which line's going where and when. That would make sense. I have heard that might well be the case of some of these ships. Ahoy there, VP. She missed the Anthem of the Seas in Greenock. And ahoy there, Shipbuilder. Oldest P&O cruise fleet is Aurora, 21 years old. Ah, there we go. Thanks for that, shipmate. I think Aurora was the ship I filmed one of the most spectacular sunrises so far. It was a really lovely morning, great sunrise. And I thought I wasn't going to drone. I thought, no, I will drone. It was
VTS signing up, please. 46, cancellations in 5 minutes. 8.5, out for channel cruise, back to Southampton.
Don't know if you heard that, shipmates. Radio was a bit crackly. The Britannia is off on a channel cruise and back to Southampton.
That's all received. Is there any inbound traffic coming up?
Crown Britannia VTS, negative, sir. Nothing inward bound at this time.
Yeah, received.
Yeah, so I was saying the Aurora had a really lovely sunrise. I wasn't going to go out droning
Crown Britannia VTS.
because it looked like rain. But I did, and it was one of the best sunrises I've caught.
Go ahead.
Crown Britannia VTS, yeah, apologies, Alecto. She's just past me, P ahead, in for 107.
All received, thank you.
And just as I was droning, just by the Royal Pier, the sunrise reached its peak, and I was able to drone it, so it was most excellent. Oh, excuse me. Looks like we have a bit of activity down here on Britannia. I'd imagine we'll start seeing some of those lines being taken in shortly. All the 6 o'clock departure. As Ventura becomes increasingly faint. Ahoy there, Eric Foster from a sunny Cornwall. I think everyone seems to be having a sunny day apart from us here in the port of Southampton. Ahoy there, Philip Bull. We were on the Solent last week watching Queen Mary go out. And you had Solent ships on as well with live commentary. Brilliant. Sounds good. Spenny says, fantastic picture quality as usual. Many thanks. I did have a problem with the picture quality a couple of weeks ago. I had to spend a whole day trying to find some networking problem, and now they'll fix that, which is great. Oh, the Linda West was booked on the Ventura, but it was cancelled due to COVID. Yeah, that's a real shame, isn't it? Still messed up, I think, all the different schedules. Chris Hansen wants me to make the time go away quicker for the Iona Maiden Voyage, please. Give you away from our balcony if you can. Excellent. And the Iona will be departing, I think, on a Maiden Voyage from the ocean terminal, which is where Britannia is at the moment. So we will get an excellent view of Iona on her maiden voyage. So indeed, I shall be broadcasting. Probably might broadcast a little bit early on that one. I wonder if there'll be a water salute. I'm not sure actually.
Yes, Pathfinder 12.
Ahoy there, be happy.
Yeah, apologies, station calling VTS.
VTS Pathfinder, sorry Andy, the volume turned down. Yeah, just let you know, gone back from Spitfire now to Pathfinder duty crew.
Yep, all received, no problem, thank you.
There we go, and there's Anthem of the Seas.
Red Osprey VTS, thank you. We see the Ventura there, followed by the Anthem of the Sea.
Be Happy Cruiser says he recently found this channel and it's amazing. Looking forward to cruising again in October. Brilliant. And there's been a lot of people going off cruising in October. Alice dear Adam, Ventura does list a little support. Full water was at an angle when tied up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You suppose that's a way of finding out if it's listing to ports. Check on the swimming pool. Interesting measure of the list of a ship.
Southampton VTS, Grand Britannia.
Grand Britannia VTS, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Looks like one of my forward headlines are buried under the lines of the Sirius Highway. Not sure whether you'll need to get the Sirius Highway to slacken down our lines.
Roger, yep, we'll try and get on the case, sir.
Yeah, is my time departure critical?
It's interesting, the Grand Britannia is a ro-ro ship at the other end of the port where the Anthem of the Seas came from. And she's got her lines caught up with the Sirius Highway, another ro-ro ship, and can't depart. This sort of thing happens on pleasure craft, but I guess these things happen on big ships as well.
Half the Estes, yeah, one of the headlines is buried in the Sirius Highway stern line.
Morning, Lucy VTS, all received, sir, thank you. I've got the City of Chichester
Turner on 351, and the City of Cardiff just heading to the dredge area, and the Hogue Copenhagen just coming in slowly from the east. 1830 for a pilot. Morning, Lucy, VTS. Yeah, sorry, sir, which, where are you passing the nav tower, please? West of the tower, that's all, Steve, thank you.
VTS, Britannia.
Britannia, VTS, good evening.
Chief Andy. Just about to break away. Numbers 3141 +1.
Britannia, VTS, that's all received, thank you.
And we can see here the Ventura at the end of Southampton water starting to make her turn to starboard. And the Anthem of the Seas about halfway down, I would say. Difficult to tell this angle. It does look like...
Grand Britannia, VTS.
The lines being slackened off. We just heard on the radio that she was off with only 300 and something crew, no passengers. Just off for a Channel cruise, one would imagine. Or maybe dropping anchor down in the West Country somewhere. In fact, you can see now she's...
Service Highway, Southampton VTS, Channel 12.
Now she's dropped her line, she's already starting to move.
Southampton VTS, Sirius Highway.
Service Highway, Southampton VTS, yeah. Good evening, sir. Is it possible you could slacken some of your lines off? The Grand Britannia's trying to let go, and your lines are snagged, or her line is snagged up in yours.
You mean my screw lines are tight? Okay, sir, let me check.
Yes, the Grand Britannia's headline, one of their headlines is caught in your lines. If you could slacken some off so they can let go.
Okay, sir, send the one guy.
Yep, so the Britannia's about to loosen off, and look at that, there's a bit of a cruise ship traffic jam going on there. When we get to some better weather in the summer with, like I say, better weather, better cruising with more ships, possibility of seeing 3 or 4 cruise ships going down Southampton water. There were 3 Queens some years ago. They were all going down the water in procession. That was quite a sight. I don't know if we'll be having any treats like that this year. Sometimes it all feels a bit muted with the pandemic. It's sort of taken the fun out of things, I think. Seem to be in a puddle of sun now, but with those skies are definitely looking grey.
VTS, Sirius Highway.
Service Highway, Southampton VTS, go ahead, sir.
So I'm sending 2 guys aft. Do take 5 minutes to start hydraulic and so on.
That's all received, sir, no problem, thank you.
Just a couple of lines left, so I imagine they'll be letting those go shortly. Anthem of the Seas is completely blocking the view of the Ventura.
VTS. Let go.
Electo VTS. Evening again, sir.
Yeah, I'm just approaching the berth. I haven't swung yet, but I'm going to run on a little bit further, but I cannot see any linesmen.
Yeah, that's all she said. Try and get on it.
Thank you.
One of the other ships, that small good ship we just came in, no one on the dock side to help moor up. No problem. Are we there, Andy Long, on Britannia on the 8th of August? Okay, so we know that Britannia sails on the 8th of August then. That's good to know. A few more lines coming in from
Britannia VTS. Evening again, sir. All she said. Thank you.
So the Britannia's definitely sailing on the 8th of August then, if you're all booked on. Should be good. Last couple of lines coming in from Britannia. I imagine she'll be moving shortly.
VTS, the Red Eagle will shortly be departing Royal Paper Cows, please.
Red Eagle VTS, that's all she said. Thank you. The Britannia just letting go from 46 berth outward bound.
All copy, thank you.
I think we're doing well to escape the weather here as well. It definitely looks sunny, and update from Sue Gibson saying yes, there is hail in Ryde. We can see Ryde. Well, we can't really see Ryde because it's a little bit grey. But if you just carried on where the Anthem of the Seas is,
Ventura VTS, good evening to you. That's all she said. Thank you. Unfortunately, we've still got the Rebel anchorman on the pontoons under Ryde Pier. Requested minimum wash when passing Motherbank Sturbridge area. Thank you, sir.
Ahoy there, TH. Heavy rain in Winchester. Gosh, so we are lucky then. We are lucky to be just in a little pond of sunny oasis here in the port of Southampton. See now that Britannia's going backwards. Ahoy there, Tim Young. BBC weather suggests rain shortly. Possible lightning. Do like a bit of lightning. And ahoy there, Maria Brooks on the Britannia in 5 weeks. Can't wait. Oh, there she is. Just getting all warmed up and ready. Penfold. What? Ahoy there, Penfold. Or are you going to cover Iona's shakedown crew departure on the 2nd of August? Possibly. Yeah, I do try and cover what I can. I do have to fit things in with my day job and other activities. Well, I do try and fit them in, so more than likely, because I know that Iona is a bit of a favourite amongst you all. She's the newest and shiniest.
Southampton VTS, Electo.
Electo VTS.
I'm just going to try and hold into the wind in the current until I know where the lines are. I don't want to swing below you. I know they're going to be there.
All she said. Thank you. All she said. Thank you.
Bit of hooting there for Britannia. Hope you got that. I must coordinate the sound. This software that I use to broadcast with is quite complicated, and I do need to spend a few minutes, I think, trying to bring in the sound from the different video sources. Anyway, looking quite nice. Look at that sunset. I might have a nice sunset this evening, although everyone else is having rain. Anthem of the Seas is just starting to go past the terminal, and I can't quite see Ventura, but she's there as well. And Britannia is clearly on the move. I'm not sure the pilot numbers are quite correct. I thought I heard 3141, but I think possibly that's too many.
VTS, Electo.
Electo VTS.
The linesman has just turned up.
Yeah, I believe they came from the Britannia.
I thought that was the case. No worries, thank you.
Yep, they're all getting it sorted. It's very odd here sometimes, of course. I think all things seem to happen all at the same time. Just get a rush of ships all leaving or arriving. It's not to do with the tide or anything. It's just what happens. Well, it looks to me like there are some people enjoying quite a nice evening. Not too hot, not quite the Mediterranean temperatures of last week, but certainly jolly pleasant. And it's not hailing or raining, so that's a thumbs up. Everyone else on their balconies enjoying the view. And we're just getting the Ventura just going around Cowshot as the Anthem of the Seas heads towards Cowshot Spit. That does look like a good number of passengers on board. Ahoy there, ship fan 2021. This channel is awesome. Reminds me I'll buy you that beer later. Steph P, you can hear the hooting. Good, good. I'm not sure what to do about the hooting. I must do something about that one day. Oh, that Alan, good enough. The lightning video was awesome. Yes, I'd like to take credit for that, but actually it was quite a few of the shipmates who stayed up late managed to spot that. There was a couple of the spanners. It was, I think it was our spanner Etienne. He spotted one of them. Matt King, another spanner, he spotted one of them. And Steph P, she spotted another one. I believe there were more during the night, but it's quite difficult to find them, I've noticed, if I sort of try and rewind a video, because they're just flashes. They're not easy to spot, so somebody actually has to have an eye on it. So many thanks to those shipmates for spotting the flashes of lightning and allowing me to capture them afterwards. Yeah, there is a number of balconies occupied. No dash for the buffet this evening on this ship, apparently. Leaving almost on time. Captain will be happy with that.
That's maybe, yeah.
Let's see, the Anthem of the Seas starting to turn.
That's maybe, yes, sir. Good evening again, sir. That's the Britannia just coming out of the ocean dock now, outward bound. And the Grand Britannia will be swinging off the middle swing ground and proceeding out as well, sir.
Proceed, thank you.
This is the other ship, the Grand Britannia. That's what we were talking about. Oh, my word. What a smoky beast. Ooh. Well, you can definitely tell where she's been, can't you? A few shipmates on the stern of the Britannia. Chap there with the binoculars. Probably looking for the...
Please, yes, Anthem seas, hook out, me, Anthem seas.
Probably looking for the southern ship's cameras.
Anthem of the Seas ETS, so good evening to you. That's all received, thank you. Unfortunately, we got the Rebel Anchorman on the right pier again, so between Motherbank and Sturridge, please, minimum wash. And the Hope Cape in Hagen are boarding in the next 10 minutes or so, east of the tower, inward bound.
Yeah, that's all received. What time is the Rebel Anchorman working till?
We haven't had any indication as of yet, sir.
Okay.
I don't know who this Rebel Anchorman chap is. He sounds interesting. That really is smoky, isn't it? We had the Grande Europa in port for quite a time, a while ago, with a breakdown problem. I do wonder if Grand Bretagne might be the next one to spend some time in port. And we get to see the Britannia swing here. That doesn't look very well, does it?
Good evening, ma'am. That's all received, thank you. Just 70 jets. Good evening. All received the Ventura, Bourne Gap, outward bound, clear channel, followed by the Anthem of the Seas, also clear channel. The Britannia, passing the 38 berth now, outward bound. And the Grand Bretagne, swinging in the middle swing ground, also out.
There's a good number of shipmates there on the stern of the Britannia. I noticed when Iona went out the other evening that the swimming pool feature on the stern, the infinity pool there, was working. And the Grand Bretagne is busy having a good old smoke at the other end of port. I'd imagine with smoke like that we'll probably see it all the way down to the Isle of Wight, leaving a smoke trail behind her. I'm glad it's blowing away from me. That's all I can say. goes Britannia, slipping off the dockhead. By comparison, have very few missions from the funnels.
VTS, Britannia, Western Shelf.
Britannia, VTS, all received, sir, thank you.
The Western Shelf buoy means that they've basically reached a dockhead and the ships will speed up. And there she is, more or less at the dockhead. The Grand Britannia has swung. Still smoking quite heavily though. And I'd imagine there's a fair few rum-based cocktails being sipped on the rear, on the stern here of the Britannia.
Morning, Lucy, VTS. Morning, Lucy, VTS, yep. Hasn't called yet, but I'll see the Galicia coming up through the nav anchorages there in Portsmouth.
Yeah, that is quite a lot of smoke. Not often we see, a lot of the commercial vessels do make a lot of smoke, but that's a lot more. Linda West, you spotted 4 passengers, 1 balcony. I spotted that as well.
BTS, Red Osprey, high flight numbers, mission carry on.
Red Osprey, VTS, just please with caution, the Grand Britannia just approaching the pierhead now, outward bound. Wilfred Oaks.
See, thank you.
Yes, I'm not sure that all passengers on 1 balcony. Must be a bubble, probably. Although you're allowed to mix households now, aren't you? So, I don't know, so confusing, all these rules and regulations. I don't know what to do. Mask on, mask off. Don't sneeze, sneeze. Hold your breath. The Britannia now has just slipped behind the grain terminals at the end of the docks, just as the Anthem of the Seas is going round Cowshot. Let's have a little zoom in. Looks like to me she's in sun. Yes, so there is a patch of sun out there. Seem to have avoided the hail and thunder and lightning. Grand Britannia is not smoking quite so much now. Perhaps just a bit smoky when she first gets going. And one of the red funnel ferries coming down the Southampton water as well. Right then, shipmates, I shall carry on following the Britannia down Southampton water. And I probably won't see the other 2 ships again because I think it's too misty, cloudy over the Isle of Wight. Keep an eye on the Grand Britannia, see how smoky she is. But if you have enjoyed this channel, please do think about subscribing like Pete Roberts has done there. It's a great way to keep informed with all the live streams. Ship movements can be rather random. Can be early, can be late, and also sometimes my availability is not always suitable, so I make a stream when I can. Just like a big thank you to all my subscribers, all my Patreons, and all my PayPal donors. And of course, big thank you to the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat so well. So until next time, shipmates.
Southampton VTS, Grand Britannia, all swung and outbound at Pierhead.
Grand Britannia VTS, to receive, you see the Red Osprey inward bound there, sir.
All received, me, thanks.
VTS, Eston.
Eston VTS, evening again, Mike.
Yeah, good evening to you, Andy. All done on the Grand Britannia, back to 37. Might be the Hogue, might be our next one. Depends what time she is at that day.
Yep, all received. Pilot's just boarded east of the town.
Still copy, thanks.
VTS, Artie.
Artie VTS. Here we go, Mike.
Yeah, even Andy, yeah, all done on a Grandie, all back in the 44.
That's all received, thank you. Tottenham VTS, good evening, as all received. The Anthem of the Seas, approaching westbound with the outward bound, clear channel. You have the Britannia, Lanes Lake, outward bound, also clear channel. And the Grand Bretagne, passing the ocean dock, outward bound. Hello, Copenhagen VTS there. Good evening to you, sir. VTS, that's all received, I think, confirmed 46, double side 2, 9 metres and 2 tugs for your arrival. When you can, sir, I know you've got a PC pass for the Grand Britannia out. If you can get us a hook time, please, for the tugs. We're not sure on the names of the tugs for you yet, depending on your hook time. Traffic-wise, you have the Morning Lucy, new ground there outwards, the Ventura, west right middle outward bound, followed by the Anthem with the Seas, the Britannia, Lanes Lake outward, and the Grand Britannia just passing our window now. Hope Copenhagen, VTS. Hope Copenhagen, VTS. Yeah, my apologies, it's Netley time for the tugs. Roger, that's all received, thank you.
VTS, Eston, yeah, we copy that, thanks.
Eston, VTS, cheers, mate.
Same with Artie as well, Andy. Thanks for the pilot's cooperation.
All received, thank you. That's all received, thank you. And looks like a small fishing vessel, about 8 miles now, southeast, inward bound. Kelly of Lateran. Richard 70, yes please sir. You see the Grand Britannia blockhead there outwards. Ventura, VTS. Go ahead, sir. Yep, they still require a minimum wash when passing, please. And you've also got the Hope Copenhagen, east of the tower now, inward bound. And the Galicia just coming through the nav anchorages in for Portsmouth.
Southampton VTS, Grand Britannia, Western Shelf outbound.
Grand Britannia VTS all received, thank you. The Hope Copenhagen passing north and east of the tower.
All received, thank you.
VTS, the Red Eagle, hook out.
Red Eagle VTS, thank you. Borealis 7 to VTS, good evening to you again, sir. Borealis 7 to VTS, that's all received, sir, thank you. You've got the Hope Copenhagen running up to the new grounds inwards, coming through the Nam anchorage. The Galicia hasn't called in yet, but she's inward bound there. Outward bound traffic, the Ventura approaching the southeast right now, outward, followed by the Anthem of the sea. Galicia VTS, good evening, sir. Galicia VTS, that's all received, sir, thank you. No trouble. Yeah, ahead of you, got the Hope Copenhagen inward bound there, sir. Outward bound traffic, the Morning Lucy pilots just disembarked west of the tower. Outward bound. The Borealis force of pilot on board just passing the War Memorial, also outward. And the Ventura southeast right, outward bound, followed by the Anthem of the Sea. Ventura VTS, thank you, sir.
Southampton VTS, Electo.
Electo VTS, evening guys.
Evening again, all secure, port side to 107.
Electo VTS, that's all received, thank you. And a very good evening to you. Commodore Clipper VTS, transport. Commodore Clipper VTS, yeah, what's your intention, sir? Are you anchoring in St. Helens, eh? That's all received, sir. Thank you. So you're just steaming in the St. Helens anchorage area, waiting to go back in, I take it. Lucy, sir, thank you. We do have a lot of traffic here around, so yeah, just keep us up to date, please. Morning, Lucy, Southampton VTS. Evening again, sir. Morning, Lucy VTS. That's all received, sir. Thank you. Copied you green to green with the inbound Galicia there. And good evening. Have a safe passage. See you next time. Yes, that's all received, sir. Thank you. You see the Hope Copenhagen there and the Galicia at the Amsterdam Voyage, gentlemen. Britannia VTS, all received, sir, thank you. Unfortunately, we've got the Rebel Anchorman on right here again. Minimum wash when passing, please. Mother Bank and Ridge. Inbound traffic, the Hogue Copenhagen. She's coming up to St Helens now, inward bound. Anthem of the Seas VTS, evening again, sir. Yep, all received, sir, thank you.
BTS, Red Jet 7, departing from Town Key for West Coast.
Red Jet 7 VTS, thank you. The Grand Britannia passing SO now outward bound. The Britannia just on the cow shot turn outwards, clear channel.
All copied. Thank you.
Musketeer VTS, good evening. Musketeer VTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, Hogue at Copenhagen, St Helens inbound to Southampton, Ventura at the North Sturbridge outbound, Anthem of the Seas at the Mother Bank outbound. Musketeer VTS, further traffic information, the Commodore Clipper is steaming around the St Helens anchorage. Over. Anthem of the Seas, VTS. Anthem of the Seas, VTS. Musketeer just called in Warm Moral outbound via the West Princess, over.
Red Falcon, deployer.
Red Falcon VTS, that's all copied. After the Grand Britannia, you have the Red Jet 7 just departing Royal Bureau. Galicia VTS, that's all copied. Traffic information, Borealis in the St. Helens outbound, followed by Ventura approaching the forts, and Anthem of the Seas approaching the North Sturbridge outbound.
I think that concludes this broadcast, shipmates. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time.